Hi, Internet Marketing Practicum class. I hope everyone's feeling well and got back safely to Bozeman or wherever you're going to spend the rest of the time this semester. I just wanted to go through with all of you what is expected in the pre-campaign report and then talk about timing for what we're going to do for the ad campaigns for your nonprofits and then when to turn in your post-campaign report. And then we'll be done. So, I would tell you first, when you have a chance, go to the D2L page for your class, Internet Marketing Practicum. If you scroll down, mine might look a little bit different than yours, but if you scroll down here to Campaign Reports and click on that, you will see the pre-campaign report rubric right here. And so I'm going to go through it with you real quick. This is something that will probably check in, 20 some pages long, so it's nothing like your IMC campaign or IMC strategic plan, but you do need to be as thorough as you can. You don't want to cut any corners because if you do, then you might make mistakes in the ad campaign and you won't get the results you want. So you can see here it's 100 points total, and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to grade it. So again, an entirely a Word document. It's 12 point times New Roman. Anyway, just use 12 point. 1-inch margins, that's all that's saying. 1-inch margins, regular letter paper, justify it left, don't center or anything like that, and just do 1.5 line spacing. Don't space before and after paragraphs. All right, so that's formatting. Should be a problem there. All right, here's some background information you need to have. It's only worth 5 points. So you want the client's name, where they're located, number of employees that they have, what goods or services they offer, anything that they're doing on marketing, particularly website management, who's running these things, basically is what this one is. Who are the key people in here? How long the company's been around, provide their URL, then go into detail about social media they're using. Nobody's using Google Plus anymore, but this was from the old Google competition, so that's why it's still on there. But anyway, just go into their social media and see what they're doing. Particularly, you're looking for things that are directing people back to your client's website, and you want to know what they're doing to direct people back there, what the content of those posts are, what are they asking people to do, and why might those people be motivated to go back to the website, and then what landing pages are they taking them to. So you want to make sure, are the content of the posts aligning with the landing page that they're taking the people to that see the post and click on it. So that's what you really want to analyze there. All right. And then any other presence they have, they're doing fundraising, that's what sales are, and how they're doing it offline and online. So make sure, particularly since, funding is a big part of nonprofits, particularly now that we've got this issue going on where a lot of nonprofits are having to cancel their fundraising, you may find that you are going to be doing some fundraising online for your nonprofits. So a good opportunity to help them out a great deal. And anything else that's relevant, you'll need to have that there. Okay, so that's only worth 5 points. Then this analysis, this is like your situation analysis. It's worth 15 points. So existing customers and potential customers, so customer analysis, competitor analysis. As always with competitor analysis, you want to look at strengths and weaknesses of the competition. Don't forget that. And then maybe how they're positioning themselves, but that's not as crucial. Any other thing about the industry that needs to be known, you'll add that. How they are positioning themselves, this is why it's good if you can put how the competition is positioning themselves as well, but not as crucial for this since we're not going to be developing positioning, but you are doing communication, so what you say matters. Any unique selling points they have, in other words, what differentiates your client from the competition and why should someone contribute or volunteer for or go see your client, your nonprofit versus another nonprofit. See if there's any seasonality of what they do, particularly when it comes to their marketing or fundraising, but also this is specifically saying the things that they offer. See if there's a seasonality to it. Anything else that's relevant for the market. Okay, another 15 points is existing marketing. Now you're really going to get into what marketing your client is doing. So, their website, this is fundraising, what they're doing for customer service or CRM. If they're sending out e-newsletters, that's what this is. Anything else that they're doing. You can analyze their website. For you, it's mostly going to be what pages on the site will be good for landing pages to point to from your ads. That's what you really want to be looking for. If they don't have any, or if they don't have very many good ones, or if they don't have some that are good anyway, you need to point that out. But you need to also praise them when they have good sites, good pages. I'm sorry. Anything that their tracking software, if they've got analytics on their site, which they all should, if you've got a baseline, that's what this is. What's the baseline for their analytics? And then what are they doing to other advertising? Since you're doing online advertising, what are they doing offline to get people to their website or anything else online? This is where that social media comes into play. Here's where we're going to do real analysis of what they're doing on their existing marketing. Whereas back here, you were more just listing kind of what it was they're doing, just tracking everything. Here you're analyzing what they're doing. And then finally, you're going to have a conclusion. And this is old too, it says AdWords still, but you need to make a conclusion that says, therefore, we believe that a Google Ads campaign will align with your business in these ways. So you really basically are setting up your argument for why they should do this campaign that you're about to do for them. Okay, here's the big part. This is 40 points. This is really, really important. This is your proposed Google Ad strategy. Look, I fixed that one. Woo! So you need to identify how many campaigns you're going to do, what type of campaigns you're going to do, and the focus for each campaign. Now, it's really easy to say, oh, we're going to do one for fundraising, we're going to do one for volunteers, and we're going to do one for beneficiaries. But that's not always the right thing. It depends on what your client's needs are. And you should have met with your client once or twice or 3 times. You should have been in contact with them the first half of the semester. It's something I told you to do, and something that I've mentioned we do more in this class than we do in IMC, because you really need to know what kind of campaigns you want to do, because you're going to be setting goals for those campaigns. So you need to identify how many you're going to do. And then you're going to break that down into, ad groups within each campaign as well. You need to come up with a bunch of keywords. Remember, you can have negative keywords, but you need to come up with an exhaustive list of keywords. In nonprofit fundraising, the saying is your fundraising is only as good as your prospect list. How many people are you targeting for money? Well, when it comes to a Google Ads campaign, your Google Ads strategy success is only as good as the number of keywords you have. You need to be exhaustive, and you need to be very careful about it. You need to think it through very carefully. Remember, this whole semester I've been trying, don't know if I succeeded, but I've been trying to get you into the mindset of thinking like the customer. And so you need to think about what keywords customers will type in to reach a solution that your client is providing. So that you've got to think like the customer is crucial, and you need to come up with the keywords. Here it says a sample. I want you to be as exhaustive as you can. I mean, why not? Come up with as many as you can now. If you can come up with 100 for each ad group, that would be awesome. No one's going to penalize you for coming up with too many keywords. All right, just think it through carefully and think about how you want to organize them. Maybe you organize it by these are the keywords that we know we're going to use, and here's some backups. Or here's the ones that we're going to use first, here's the ones that we're going to use second, here's the ones that we're going to use third, just to try it and do some A/B testing on keywords. Or maybe you just alphabetize them for ease of finding. It doesn't matter, but try to be exhaustive. Okay, you need to come up with samples of at least 2 ads for each ad group. All right, so if you have 3 or 4 ad groups for a campaign, that's fundraising. So if you had 4 ad groups for a fundraising campaign, then you would need to come up with 8 sample ads right there. So you need to come up with the text. So you need headline, you need content, you need URL, and so forth for at least 2 ads for every ad group you're going to do. All right, you need to come up with a spending plan. You've got 3 weeks, remember. So how much are you going to spend daily, how much are you going to spend weekly? So you need to set that budget and you need to set it on a timeline. Here's how much we're going to spend and here's when. You need to identify what networks you're going to do for the ads, any other options that you're considering. You need to think about your keyword bidding strategies, so how you're going to go about that. If you're going to do any location targeting, you certainly know how to do that. You need to set the goals. All right? Is it impressions for the number of ads? Is it number of clicks you want to get? Is it CPC, CTR, ROAS, CPA? I mean, you need to decide what goals you want to have. Make sure they're measurable. Any success matrix that you want as well, and any other relevant information. This is all relating to your ad strategy. This is the most crucial part. It's 40% of your entire pre-campaign report. All right. And then 20% is, can I read it? You know, you've got to be a good writer. You know that. So is it make sense logically? Is it easy for me to follow? And is it void of grammar, spelling, punctuation, and our friends, the common writing errors? Is it void of all of those things? Please add tables and figures to make it interesting to read. And then here's how I'm going to score it. How many you got out of it? Did you complete all the client profile stuff? Did you do a good market analysis? Did you do good analysis of existing marketing? So essentially, this is your situation analysis right here. And then your proposed strategy plus, is it well written? Equals 100. There you go. Okay, so that's what you're going to be working on, your pre-campaign report. When are you going to do it? So here's a calendar. I've been looking at this a little bit today, trying to figure this out. But here's what I'm proposing. Here's what I think. So there's today. You can see that. A lot of you are on spring break. That's fine. I'm going to send this to you probably on Sunday, the 22nd. So you'll have it when you wake up bright and early on the 23rd, because I know the first thing you're going to do is check all the emails from me. Anyway, I'm thinking that you work on your pre-campaign report this week and turn it into me on the 30th of March. So a week after we start back up again. I will then read them all this week and figure out a way to get back with each team to give feedback. I can give feedback right on the report, but it might be good to set up a time and do a WebEx or something with each team and go through it. So I will probably, it would be ideal if I could do that on this Thursday the 2nd and do those WebEx with the teams during our normal class time. We'll set them up via email. It won't be hard. In the meantime, after you've turned it in, you as a team need to start working on building your ads. Even though I haven't given you feedback yet, and maybe you want to change some after I give you feedback, you need to start building them now. So you'll start building them on the 30th, and this is the week that you're going to build your ads. The reason why is because if we go to April, so here you are building your ads. I'm going to do the WebEx with each team between 1:40 and 2:55 on Thursday the 2nd, because you're going to launch your campaigns on Monday the 6th. So the campaigns are going to run this week, and this week. And so they'll turn off on the 27th. All right, so they're going to run week 1 is 6 through 13, week 2 is 13 through 20, week 3 is 20 through 27. We'll turn them off. We'll just pick a time, like noon is what we've been using for everything, so why not? That gives you time to get up in the morning and turn them on here and turn them off there. So we'll do it at noon. And then you have this week, the last week of April, and this week, the first week of May, to get your post-campaign report done. All right. I'm thinking maybe you guys turn it in to me by like noon on Thursday the 7th. Obviously, we're not going to have the presentations to the client, so that's a bummer. But I think we can live without that. So if you turn them in to me by noon on the 7th is kind of what I'm thinking. Hope that sounds okay to you. I'll check in with everybody. I'm going to send this video link to everyone via email. So you have already seen that. But I'm going to create a class email so that we can make some quick decisions that way if we need to. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking on timing. I'll go over it one more time. You turn in to me your pre-campaign report on the 30th. Start building your ads this week. I'll do a WebEx with each team on Thursday during our time to give you some feedback, as well as send you back your report with my comments on it. You'll launch your campaign at noon on the 6th. Turn it off at noon on the 27th. And then your post-campaign reports are due to me at noon on the 7th. I will do another one of these to give you information on the post-campaign report, but it's not too terribly difficult. It just needs to look a lot better than the pre-campaign report. I'll go through that. I'll do another one of these. Okay? That's what I'm thinking, gang. I hope that sounds okay to you. And if so, we'll just move forward the best we can. All right, everyone.